Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jackson with you. Thank you for joining us on as we tape here in the lobby of Fairfield Federal downtown. Beautiful day outside, summertime right here, right with us. Memorial Day past us. Everything is kind of moving on now, getting to be close to festival time. All the events are occurring that happen in the summer every weekend. Multiple events, we could certainly say that, going on. One of them we're going to talk about coming up pretty quickly here. Early in June is the Lancaster Community Chorus. We've got the director with us, Clarence McCoy. Clarence, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Another one coming, and this is, I like the ones that are titled after eras, and this one is. This is 80s music.
Exclusively 80s.
Exclusively 80s music, not perhaps 80s music or not near 80s music. It's exclusively 80s music. Was this a good music program for you to program?
You know, it was a difficult one in narrowing it down.
10 years of...
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much music going on in the 80s.
10 years to 10 songs.
Sure. You know, if there are radio stations that do nothing but 80s, 24/7.
Yeah.
So there's just so much stuff out there. And so to try and find decent choir arrangements and a variety of things and all that and pull that together was a little bit of a challenge. But I think because there was so much, there really wasn't a lot of ways to go wrong. There were lots of good choices.
I guess that maybe is kind of helps you define this and narrow it down. Is not only is it a great song, and there are lots of great songs that didn't make the cut, I'm sure, but it's can you find a choral arrangement of it and something that your folks can listen to, and is it going to be complementary to what the original version?
And things that our audience are going to enjoy. So I try to incorporate all those things into the challenges. And there were specific songs that I wanted to include that I could not find good arrangements for, and chose not to write them or have them written, and just went with things that were available. But I think we have a good mix of things, mostly pop stuff from the 80s, but there's a couple of Broadway things happening and some Disney stuff in the mix.
It's 80s.
It is. It's all stuff that happened in the 80s. And we, as I always do with themes, if I have a particular song I want to include and there's any way to hammer it into the theme, I go ahead and make that occur. I'll make that occur. Absolutely.
Now, you always have somebody, not always, but for the most part, you also have some other group locally that you bring in to help enhance the program. And this time, this is one of the top ones. Now, we had the ensemble, the handbell ensemble last time was wonderful in that, but this one, it is truly a group with a reputation all on its own, the Lancaster Men's
Chorus. And we have not, in our entity as the Lancaster Community Chorus, we have not done any combined performances with the Men's Chorus. With the previous group, the Celebration Singers, we did a few, and the group before that, the Unity Singers back in the day, also did some things with the Lancaster Men's Chorus. But in the 12 years we've been in existence, we have not done something together. So I'm excited to have that opportunity to do that now. And this just worked out well. I thought it was a theme that they could have some stuff that would work, and they did. We're doing that. Our timing in this is not long after their Ham and Eggs show that they have put on, so they're still ready to go and can put that stuff together with us. And how we're going to work is similar to what we've done with other guest groups, which we've purposely chosen to include a lot of those this year. I thought it was a good thing we hadn't done it for a while. So we had two groups in the fall, we had two groups in the March concert, and now we've got the Men's Chorus coming to do this one. And they're gonna do a set in the second half, and then when they're done with their set, we're gonna come together and do two songs all together with the two groups combined, and that's gonna be a lot of fun and very good, I think.
Well, I just wonder if the Crossroads Ministry Center out there where you do it on West Fair Avenue, if it will be large enough for this, because certainly the Lancaster Community Chorus we've seen over the years has a great following. They can fill it up on their own.
Sure.
But now you add the Lancaster Men's Chorus, who based on what Ham and Eggs shows us, they have a tremendous following, and we've known that for many years. So
Yes.
it's get your seats early on this one. I think.
Absolutely. Probably not as bad as our last concert. For those who were at our March concert, it was just completely packed. There was no more parking. There was no place to put anybody else because we had two guest groups, and one of them was the Lancaster High School Chamber Singers. And you know the families turn out in numbers when you bring
Mom and Grandpa
them. Yes,
want to see little Johnny
when you bring them in. So that was very full. So I don't think we'll be looking at that big a number as we had last time. So I think we'll comfortably fit within the confines. And as you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of activities going on this time of year, so we'll be in competition with some things that will pull some people away. You know, so I think we'll have a good audience, but not the overflowing one that we had at our last concert.
Well, let's mention it too. It's Sunday, June 2nd, coming up very quickly, 3 o'clock out at Crossroads Ministry Center on 2095 West Fair Avenue. I think everybody knows where it is out there, right kind of next to the Lancaster campgrounds, kind of the back end of that used to be. Tickets are $10. You can get them at the door, but perhaps an easier way is online.
Sure, you can get them online, LancasterCommunityChorus.com, or on our social media, our Instagram or our Facebook. They're there, and then our poster, which I think we're probably going to show here, has a QR code down in the bottom corner of that, and you can scan right that. I know it's we have finally entered this century, just a quarter century later. But all of that stuff is there. We've begun doing that this season using the online sales, and that has really become a big thing. A lot of people buy their tickets that way. Convenience of using a credit card and that sort of thing, and knowing they've got their tickets in advance, that works. So
because if you don't get them and you come out that day, there'll be at least some sort of line.
That's right, exactly, and there almost always is some kind of line there. Yeah. And this last time there was quite a line. So yes, yeah.
Well, it's going to be a fun music. Exclusively the '80s is the theme for the Lancaster Community Chorus. What are some of the songs we're going to see?
Well, let's see. We're starting off with Celebration, Kool and the Gang from recently chosen to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and with an Ohio connection with their lead guy from Youngstown, Ohio. So excited to have that, and it's a fun way to kick off the concert. We start off singing Yahoo. You can't get much better than that. That's the way it goes. We're doing one. This is one that I've kind of squeezed into our theme. We're doing the Eagles song "Seven Bridges Road," which, although they performed it all through the '70s, they didn't record it until 1980. So I used that to make it fit into our theme, and it's
wonderful.
It's got those gorgeous harmonies. And that the Eagles
Don
used
Henley
that.
Or Glenn
Don
Frey?
Henley and Glenn Frey, and they actually used this as their warm-up song to check out the acoustics in a place when they sang. So they had sung it for a decade by the time 1980 came, but 1980 is when they recorded. Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it starts off a cappella and then the band comes in, similar to the arrangement we're going to do. That's there. We're doing Can't Fight This Feeling, REO Speedwagon, Don't Stop Believing, a big Journey song is going to be in there. The combined songs we're doing with the men's chorus, we're doing Living on a Prayer, the Bon Jovi hit, and then we're closing the concert with We Are the World, which is also celebrating an anniversary this coming year. Actually, it'll be 40 years since that was recorded. And that's a good arrangement of that, and a great big sound for us all to sing together. So that and lots of other pop stuff. ROCK in the USA, John Cougar Mellencamp is in the mix, and Islands in the Stream, the duet with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
Sure.
And that's actually an a cappella arrangement that we're doing. So we're excited to do that. We've done a lot of a cappella this year, and that's a cool arrangement that we're going to do. And then we're doing Somewhere Out There from American Tail, so something like that. We have a couple soloists singing. One of them is doing a Disney song. The other one is doing True Colors, which is Cyndi Lauper tune. We're doing that as a vocal duet with dulcimer. So it's going to be a nice setting of that. The men's chorus I know is doing again. They've kind of made the theme fit a little bit. They're doing a song called Applause, Applause, which is from a Broadway show that was revived in the 80s. It's actually from like the 1940s or 50s or something, but it was revived in the 80s, so they're doing that. Muddy Water from Big River, a Roger Miller musical that happened, they're doing that. They're doing a Billy Joel tune. So there's just a big variety of pop stuff from the 80s, and then a mix of some other things in there as well.
You talked about the dulcimer. What kind of instrumentation? Usually you have in some cases, a pretty large orchestra. There have been for some of your shows, but what kind of music orientation will you have for this?
Doing the pop stuff that we're doing, having a combo band there is our plan. So in addition to the piano that we always use, we're going to add guitar and bass and drums to what's going on. The We Are the World has some handbell parts that go with it. There's a variety, some other things there as well. But the majority of the stuff will have that combo band with bass, guitar, and drums joining the piano. So.
Something I enjoyed seeing last time when you had the, like you say, you had the boys and girls from the Lancaster High School on different, and they were all combined. Yeah. But some, I don't know how many, there were a few that were in the community chorus and also were still in high school, and they sang in their group, and that was a whole busy day for them. We understand
it
that.
Was.
But in this one, I know that, and you're one of them.
That's right.
Are in the community chorus. So are there a couple?
Yeah, there are 4 or 5 that are in the men's chorus that also sing in the community chorus. So they'll be having a long day as well, singing in everything that's going on. So yeah.
Was the community, or not the community chorus, was the men's chorus pretty excited about this opportunity?
I think they are. We've enjoyed working together in the past.
Event,
right, absolutely. And we actually just had a rehearsal last night to practice our combined songs with them. And I think, they're excited for a new audience. Some of the folks that come to our concerts maybe have not heard them before, so we have the opportunity to do that. So that's kind of the impetus behind bringing these groups together, is that our audiences get to know one another and get to know the different groups, and we have seen the effects of that already. There are folks that came to Ham and Eggs that saw people, and we had men's chorus people that said, hey, if you want to hear us again, come to this concert. So, and they're going to do that, and so we'll get to hear both groups. So,
I wonder, it's my understanding too, we've got a couple minutes left, the pianist, she doesn't get a break.
That is correct. She is playing for both groups as well. Emily Plasman, our wonderful pianist.
She's amazing.
She's a fantastic player. She is one of the accompanists for the men's chorus, and she's doing all the men's chorus stuff for this performance. And then she is also our accompanist as well. So she's doing all of this stuff. So I don't know how she keeps all that in her brain and in her fingers, but she does it and does a great job at it.
Great job. So it's Sunday, June 2nd, out at Crossroads, 3:00. Lancaster Men's Chorus is the guest artist with the Lancaster Community Chorus. It's exclusively 80s music. Sounds exciting. So that you've had 2 kind of back-to-back here within, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. Quickly. Now there's going to be a break in the summer. When's the next one? Come November?
We come back November. Yes, exactly. We have a great season planned next year, particularly our March-April concert.
So November will be the first one of the new season.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then we're doing a big concert in the middle of next year. We're doing the Mozart Requiem with orchestra and all that. So that's going to be a big concert. The third concert is exclusively Beatles. The fall concert, the one in November, is found in the Old Testament. So it's all songs that have some connection to the Old Testament. We have some fun things planned for that are the reason for the concert. I wanted to do the songs, find a theme that makes it work. And so
you are inclusive, if nothing else.
Yes,
there isn't a genre, a type of music, time of history.
There is not.
Community chorus is on it.
Variety we do. So if you don't like this one, come back to the next one. It's going to be completely different. So,
Clarence McCoy, who is the conductor for the Lancaster Community Chorus, and will be a singer. Do you direct any of the men's chorus stuff?
No, just the combined songs.
Yeah, so you get a little break there.
I do.
Okay,
yes,
very good. Well, that's coming up June 2nd out there at Crossroads, exclusively 80s. Good luck on that. It's going to be a fun concert, I think. Be a good crowd. Try to get it. It's online, LancasterCommunityChorus.com, online. Find all the information you want. We'll be back in just a moment.
The staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairfield what it is.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hello friends, welcome back to Fairfield Today. It's always fun having new people on, new organizations, new businesses, and we especially always enjoy the ones that doesn't happen very often, where we get to have some animal guests on. Sometimes we've had dogs and cats, with Amy Carpenter and things like that. We've had the dogs, and we've had the zoo on. We always get some pretty cool animals, and now we've got a local group we're going to talk about the I guess they think of themselves as at the gateway of the Hocking Hills out in Bremen, Ohio. Paws and Claws Animal Encounters, and we've got the owner of that, Sara McClaskey, Lyle Hicks. First of all, welcome with us. We're glad you're here. We don't know how long you'll be here, Lyle, because I know you got up and kind of got to wrangle your animals. Let's first introduce our animals. You have a 3-week-old warthog.
Yes.
Named Tallulah.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
This is so cute.
She is.
I bet she's a crowd favorite.
Almost definitely.
Almost definitely, yeah. And Lyle, you've got a couple capybaras who are, 3 months old?
Yes.
3 months old. We'll get a chance to see them as they wander around here. But so we're going to be very flexible on this show. That's just how it's kind of working today. We've got a lot of movement, a lot of things happening around here with these folks. But again, Paws and Claws Animal Encounters. You're out there in Bremen, Ohio, and what this is, I was looking it up and reading about it. Folks can call up and they can spend some time, a short time, all day, something out there, just getting to see the animals, bring kids out, groups out, and do that.
Yes, and they get to interact with a lot of animals that they might not otherwise be able to.
Sure. And you've been doing this for 8 years?
Yes.
8 years?
Yep, and we officially opened up on the farm almost 2 years ago.
On the farm 2 years ago, and you have how many different?
We have 36 different species.
36 species of animals. So when somebody, I guess people would call you up and book an appointment, a day or something like that, and then they could experience as few or as many of these animals as they want to do?
Yes. Our most popular is our otter encounters.
I can imagine. That's a whole thing, an otter encounter. That's a deal.
Yes.
Okay.
So you get to meet 5 species and you get to interact with them very close up. And our otters love to play with people. They jump in and out of people's laps. So.
People would love that.
Yep. If we would have brought them today, everybody would be, destroying everything. So we did not bring them.
And we appreciate that, but we've got some fun guys here. And the Squidge and Midge are the capybaras. And
Yes.
Lyle, you're in charge of them, Lyle?
Yes,
Yes. And they keep you busy?
they certainly do.
Yeah. And so are you sort of an animal wrangler out there? You sort of keep things moving around?
You have to wear all the hats.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing that you do. It's wrangling animals, it's building enclosures, it's feeding, it's prep work, it's making sure they have enrichment. Enclosures are kept nice. We direct the workflow for all of our employees. So yeah.
So how many employees are we talking out about there, Sarah?
We have 5.
5 employees, okay. Now, where exactly are you located in Bremen?
It's right off of 22. It's actually between 22 and 37, and it's Avalon Road.
Avalon Road, okay, between 22 and 37. The phone number is?
740-243-4740.
Okay, and we'll put that up, and you'll see that. But and again, if people would, if they want to get involved in it, and they see this, so they would call you and you would explain to them what's available. And that's lots of different animals, a specific animal, for example. And you didn't bring, you said you were going to bring a sloth, but that didn't work out. I imagine they're very, very popular.
Yes, yep. She was just not wanting to come off of her tree today.
So what is the most favorite one you deal with out there?
The otters and the capybaras.
Yeah. You really? They love these little guys. How many do you have? These are new ones here, 3 months old, huh? How many do you have?
We have 4.
4. Now, how do you, I guess, get capybaras or warthogs or otters? Is there a place where you can purchase these things to get the parents, and then you raise them from future babies?
Yeah, so we work with other licensed zoos, and sometimes we'll take on surplus animals.
Okay.
We also get a lot of confiscated animals.
Oh, really?
And we also have worked several neglect cases as well.
So you've worked with the local folks here sometimes that people have these things and may not go well.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say that, I think at the fair, you think people get goldfish. May not be the best thing for give a kid to take home because they don't last very long. And sometimes I think people think, well, would that be cute to have? Well, maybe they think that for about a month, and then, can you take this from me?
Yep, exactly. We get that a lot with our fox.
With the foxes, okay. And so what'd you say, how many, 50-some kinds?
36.
36 kinds of animals. And so what are your hours out there? When people call up, what's the earliest they can come out and the latest they can stay?
So we typically do all of our encounters like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and some on Wednesdays. We have appointment times. They're listed on our website, but we usually start anywhere from 12, and we usually end at like 7:30.
Keep you pretty busy out there. And so you're closed on Sundays?
We're open.
Oh, open on Sundays.
Open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I guess the weekends would probably be a big time to get people to come out there. When they're free is your work time.
Definitely.
Yeah. How long have you been involved in this, Lyle?
It's been over 2 years now. Yeah, over 2 years. I've known her for several years,
okay.
though. Only been an active part for about the last 2 or so.
So she's drawing you into this, and I'm going to guess you just love it.
I couldn't do what I do without her, and it's a lot of fun to do it together.
Very good. Well, and again, it's probably nurturing them, carrying them, feeding them, because a lot goes on when there's no people there, so you have to keep everything up and running.
Absolutely.
And that, like you say, that includes building things and places where people can see things and pens for them.
Our goal with our enclosures is what we call the wow factor. So we want you to walk in and see our sloth enclosure or our binturong enclosure or porcupine enclosure and say, wow. There's a lot of room here. They put a lot of thought into designing the enclosure. It mimics their natural habitat very well. And we want that response.
Wow moment.
Absolutely.
So Sara, is this something you thought you always wanted to do, or you never wanted to do, and all of a sudden you're here doing it, or?
It's definitely something I've always wanted to do. Like, I can remember even in middle school, I was saying I would own a zoo, but there's definitely a period of time where I was like, I don't know how. I don't think I can get there. And then luckily I met some really good people all along the way, and they helped me out.
And so you're doing this, and are you still growing? Are you getting more animals all the time? Or you're pretty much maxed out?
We're always growing.
Really?
Yep.
So new opportunities come along. You don't ever know. Probably when the day starts, you never.
Yeah, every day's a surprise, honestly.
So again, you probably have some dealings with Corey Schoonover and the dog warden kind of thing here, where they call up and say, we've got an animal here that would be up your alley, and it's not going well with that. Could you handle that?
Perry County does that a lot for us. Yeah. I've met Corey though.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's how it works.
Yeah.
They call you up. They get an animal that would be up your alley, but.
Yep. And then Michigan and Pennsylvania brings us a lot of animals as well. Yep.
So you got them from all over then, not just here.
Yep.
Now, is this something your parents did before you? Did they kind of steer you toward this, or this is all you?
This is all me.
Ooh.
Not sure if they're happier about it or not, but.
So the website, you mentioned that. Let's see, it is pncencounter.com.
Correct.
pncencounter.com. We'll put that up there, and again, the phone number is
740-243-4740.
So if somebody would call up today and say, well, we'd like to see what's going on, let's schedule something, how far out do they need to give you notice?
Right now we're booked into June.
Okay. So every day you have probably a couple. I mean, when you're full, you have probably at least several different encounters with people that can do that.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. We just, we book quickly, so.
So an encounter, that could be as short as a couple hours, or?
So like our sloth encounter, that's about a half hour, just because she's a sloth.
Not a lot to encounter there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And then our otter encounters last about 2 hours, and then people are welcome to walk around as well and see everything.
And so I'd say with most of the encounters, when I see them, it's a hands-on kind of thing. Yes. Obviously with these guys, if somebody wants to try to feed them or they want to hold them, you're all good with that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure we go over safety instructions
Sure.
to make sure we have a safe and fun interaction. But
Sure.
Absolutely, before we bring them out, they'll get the instructions, and then the first thing we say when we talk about interacting with the otters is, we want you to pet the otters, and they want you to pet them too. And then we'll give instructions.
And there's
on
a
how
way
do
to
it
do
safely.
that.
Yep.
There's a way to do that. I have Sara McClaskey and Lyle Hicks there with Paws and Claws Animal Encounters. They're out in Bremen, Ohio, between 2237 on Avalon Road. Again, we'll put the phone number up there, and you can check online to see about prices and what kind. So pretty much any kind of animal that you have, people can make an appointment and get involved with.
Yes.
And multiple kinds of animals, probably.
Yep. A lot of people love feeding our camels as well. Yeah.
So those would be the biggest ones, I'd guess, you have, is the camels?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Goby is getting really big. Yeah.
And I remember years ago, I went to, what's that called, the Wilds?
Yeah.
That's something over, I don't know if that's Licking County, maybe it's over by Newark, I can't remember now.
It's towards Zanesville.
Zanesville, that's where it is. It's over by Zanesville. I've been over there a few times, and I'm sure that's still doing well over there. Mm-hmm. But they have, again, on a much bigger scale here, what they've got. But again, they have huge grounds out there. And how many acres did you say you have?
We have about 15.
That's a good size amount. Do you use most of that with this?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Paws and Claws Encounter, animalencounter.com is the website. We'll put that up along with the phone number. Chance to go out there and see animals, and I'm sure parents bring kids out there, and that's amazing when you see little kids get them. That's probably the fun part of what you do.
Definitely.
Yeah, you get to, and kids of almost any age.
So we don't allow anyone under 3, just because, some of the animals, because you are so up close, they can get a little too excited, and we just want to make sure everyone's safe.
I understand. I get that. So again, look that up. Get on their website. pncencounter.com is the website. Look it up. They've got all the information on there. It's a good website. A lot of information. Give them a call. See what's going on. Good luck. Thanks for coming in. I know it's been a challenge here for holding all this here today. We appreciate it very much. Lyle and Sara, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Paws and Claws Animal Encounter. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.